Hello, hello. Hi. Okay, let me just get set up here. Hi, Kathleen. Hi, Robin. How are you guys feeling today? Hi. Just let me know if you can all hear me, see me, everything seems good. Just let me know. Oh, good, I'm glad. And let me know in the comments too if after our first live yesterday, if anything else, like maybe that you added, was there something that came up that you added to your list that you thought of, later on? Let me know. Yeah, snow days are fun, right? I know, I'm just cozy at home. And just make sure you guys have your list with you from yesterday. Oh, good. That's also good, Molly. You don't have to do everything. I think one thing is oh, good, Robin. I'm good. Good. I'm glad. Well, we're going to work on that today. Yeah, I think Molly, I think that's a good point to bring up too, is like you can do this over and over again, right? You don't have to, because again, this is just a small kind of sample sized healing intensive, right? So there's no way that, we're gonna clear out a lifetime of our stuff in 3 days. It's not really realistic, right? But this is a good foundation to work with in the future and to have to refer back to when other stuff comes up. Because healing is multi layered, right? And it's also lifelong. Things are going to come up because healing has to happen that way, right? We're always changing and we're always going to evolve. And sometimes it takes time to be in a certain space to deal with something from the past. Sometimes we're not there yet, and that's okay. So I think it's great to use this as a foundation or as a tool for the future. For when, let's say you notice a new pattern come up, or you're noticing something that you're remembering that maybe you just kind of suppressed, right? And you're like, oh, wow, okay, so this is presenting itself to me now, most likely because I'm ready to face it, right? So then you could refer back to these tools, okay? Oh, thanks. Thanks, Laura. Good. Well, I'm glad you guys are here. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because again, like I said, no way we're gonna heal in 3 days. Took me a solid 7 years to even get started here. Okay, so, but it's a great tool. It's a great tool, and it's a great way to. Because what we're gonna do today is gonna be really fun because we're gonna touch on two things. We're gonna touch on ancestral healing and past life healing, and I'm gonna do my best to kind of compact this because that's like a lot. It can be a lot. But they're both great tools to go to when something like this is coming up, when we're getting a pattern, some kind of reoccurring theme in our life that we're really aware of. And it doesn't always have to be negative, but it can certainly be a part of it, right? And it's really good to be able to be like, okay, if something comes up, then we can check in again with past life, ancestors, hey, how is this connected? And why is this being presented? How can I heal this? How can I work on this? So this is going to be a fun one. We're going to have fun kind of really diving into these connections and just seeing where it takes us, okay? I really wish the comments were, like, next to me. It's so frustrating, right? Anybody else? That was just me. I'm just clearing the energy here. Okay, again, make sure you have your notebook and a pen, because we are going to definitely want to write some notes. Probably not as much as yesterday, but you're still going to want it. You're still going to want to have it, just in case, okay? And then if anybody here is joining me and they didn't do yesterday, I'm going to tell you to stop and go to the replay for yesterday, because it's imperative that you have your list to do the exercises that we're going to be doing today, okay? Okay, you guys. Let me pull this up here. All right. Okay. So this is going to be fun. We're going to connect with our ancestors, and we're going to connect with some guides. So I say let's dive right in. Another thing I want everyone to keep in mind too is, as we're doing these exercises today, if you feel like you're having a hard time connecting or you're not getting a lot of information, I don't want you to overthink it. I don't want you to worry about it too much. Again, that's why these are here as replays, because you can always go back to it, okay? And you're still consciously doing the work. You're connecting to divine energy. You're consciously working on healing some stuff. And that's all that matters, okay? So don't worry if you're not having some kind of crazy, super vivid experience, okay? I just wanted to put that out there too. Because also, everybody's different. Everyone's different with how they're going to receive stuff and different information and connect to things. And that's okay, okay? So don't judge what comes through today. Don't judge how the experience you have. Just go with the flow and just let yourself kind of really ease into it and be open. That's really all I ask, okay? All right. I think I've given everybody enough time to hop on. Again, I think a lot of people are watching these on replay-wise, so let's get started. Alrighty. So just get really comfortable. Make sure you're in a space where no one's going to bug you and where you won't be disturbed for a while. And just make sure you're in a really comfortable seat. Like, you're not going to have to shift around a lot. So just take a moment to really do that, to really settle in. And then from here, I want you to take a deep breath in. One more deep breath, pausing at the top. Holding it. And releasing slowly. One more time. Okay. So I want you to take a moment here to just tune in to your whole body and your energy right now. Pay attention to how you feel compared to yesterday when we checked in. You may notice some real dramatic differences, maybe not, but just pay attention to how you're feeling today. Noticing if there's any tension around your body that you're holding, and as you notice it, really make a conscious effort to release it. Feeling into your emotional state right now. Really trying to get relaxed and in the present moment here. Take another deep breath. And it's from here that we're going to call in a loved one in spirit. It can be the same person that you used and worked with yesterday, or it can be a different person if you would like, just as long as you feel comfortable and safe with that person, okay? Now, one thing here, I'll challenge you, if you don't have someone in spirit, let's say that you're super close to, then call in on someone that maybe you never met or that you didn't know that well, but you still feel intuitively safe with. Because this is really going to be about our ancestral line. So it doesn't matter as much the relationship with the person in spirit, okay? So this is just really, it has to be a relative as well. I'm sorry, I should have mentioned that. Make sure that it is a relative of yours, okay? So take a moment to bring them forward. Just pay attention to their energy and how your energy shifts as they come close to you. Take a moment to just look at them, see how they're presenting themselves to you. And allow them to take your hand. And it's from here that we're going to make our way through our list. First group that we're going to go through is the beliefs about our life that we don't like. So take a moment to just bring those up in your consciousness. You don't have to be literally reading them, but just bring those beliefs up into your mind. And I want you to ask your loved one in spirit to share with you where those beliefs are connected in your ancestral line. What origins they have among your ancestors. And this can be on both sides of your family. And just take in whatever pops up. Don't overthink it. Even if it doesn't make sense, don't worry about it. Just trust whatever comes forward. And then allow them to take your hand and physically show you a situation in your ancestral line from the past that is connected to these beliefs. And really take in what's going on in this scene here. Look around. Where are you? Try to evaluate what time period you're in. And look at the people that are involved. Maybe you recognize them, but you may not, because this may be farther down the line where you wouldn't have met these people. And pay attention to what's going on. What kind of situation is this? And then we can even ask our loved one too, has this happened more than once in our ancestral line? So just take in this information. And then we'll take a step back. Next, we're going to make our way to the desires we have that bring us shame. Now bring those up to your mind. And we're going to ask our loved one, what origin of these desires are connected to our ancestral line? And allow whatever naturally comes forward to come forward. How are these desires connected to our ancestral line? And again, allow your loved one to take you by the hand and show you a physical example of where this comes from in your ancestral line. And again, take a look around and really observe what's going on. What people are there, what time period it is, the situation that's taking place. Take in all this information. And then step back. Lastly, we're going to bring forth our list of things that make us feel jealous. Once again, we'll ask the same question. Where are these jealousy subjects connected to my ancestral line? And allow whatever comes up to just come forward. It could even be one word, right? It doesn't have to be super complicated. And one more time, allow your loved one to take you by the hand and show you a physical example from the past in your ancestral line that is connected to these things that make you feel jealous. Really observe in detail what's going on, who is involved, what time period you're in, and the situation that's taking place. Again, it doesn't have to make sense, but just pay attention to what's going on. And then take a step back. Now, standing in front of your loved one, just take a moment to let this information settle. And what we're going to do now is I want you to make sure you have at least, you're going to call in one other loved one that is from the other side of your family. So the person that you're working with now, depending on what side of the family they're on, your mom's or your dad's, call in the person that is from the other side, okay? That way you have two people, one from each side of your family, mother and father. So take a moment to call in the secondary person. Once you have that other person, I want you to link hands with both loved ones. You're going to bring forward all the situations that were just shown to you and have them come up in front of all three of you. And I want you to visualize a thread that is connected through your hands to these situations from your ancestors. That flow through your two loved ones as well. And creating a light from your heart center, made of gold, you're going to project that light out through your hands, into that thread, through your other two loved ones, and it will travel into those scenarios from the past. Allowing this golden light to illuminate them. And heal them. What this light is doing is we're not detaching ourselves from our past and our ancestral past, but we're simply shifting the energy around it. We're allowing all of these pieces to be acknowledged and recognized, giving us valuable information. And then we are now detaching ourselves from the negative pieces and repercussions of these past situations. Allow that light to really grow in intensity. Really physically feeling that shift taking place. Bringing a smile to your face. Shifting into a space of gratitude for these lessons and our ability and power to really shift and turn them around in how they impact us. Then allow these situations to fade away. Leaving you with your two loved ones again. And then I want you to all form a circle by joining hands, all facing each other. And allow that golden light to permeate your whole body and theirs. Offering deep healing and release. And then take a moment to hug both of your loved ones. And just receive some love. And then allowing them to step back. And slowly taking a moment to bring yourself down. Back into your body. Back into the room you're sitting in. Take a moment. Okay. Once you're back, I want you guys to just let me know how that was for you. You don't have to share details if you're not comfortable with it. It's totally fine. But I would love to just hear anything that maybe came up that was really interesting, what you experienced, how that felt for you. I'd be very curious to hear. I just want to give us a little breather because we're going to go back in and do something else. But I want to give us a little space to just let that settle for a second. Let me just check this. Just let me know you guys are still with me. Just want to make sure. Oh, good. Very good. Awesome. Okay. All right, you guys. Now we're going to go into part 2 here. Okay. Just take a moment. I want you guys to just take a moment, though. Take a moment to just kind of shake out, stretch. Because this stuff is a lot. It's a lot. So I'm trying to give it some space. Yeah, I would. You don't have to do it this minute. You know, you can try to just retain as much as you can. Also though, if you really feel like you need to, you can totally like pause this, you know, or leave and write it down and then come back to it too, Molly. Okay? Whichever you want. Because I know I'm the same way. Like if sometimes I forget stuff, you know, and I don't want to. So you could totally do that if you want. But yeah, I do recommend writing this down because it will be good to refer back to. And I think what can be really interesting is some of the stuff. Not all of it may not all make sense right now, right? So it could be really interesting to just have a record to refer back to for the future when other stuff comes up or over time, or maybe you know connect into talking to other relatives or just finding out more connections or more behind the story or what you got, right? All that could be really interesting. So yeah, definitely, I would definitely record it. Anybody else want to share anything before we dive back in? No? Okay. All right, here we go. Okay. So get comfortable again. Take a deep breath and release. Another deep breath, pausing at the top. And release. Followed by one more deep breath. So now just pay attention to how your energy feels different after doing that first exercise. And just take a moment to settle back into your energy, into the present, into your body. Get really relaxed. And I want you to call in a guide of yours. And now, if you don't have that much experience with your guides or you don't even know any of your guides, not a problem. Just say, I'm asking for one of my guides to please step forward. That's all you got to say. And take a moment for that to happen. I want you to really pay attention to your guide's energy and how it's shifting your energy as they come forward and closer to you. You may not see them. This may not be visual. Totally okay. This can also be a feeling, a sensation, an emotion. You may also see some symbols or colors, right? So just pay attention to whatever's coming up here. Just taking that information in. And now we're going to focus in on the 3 past situations from this current lifetime where we felt our least empowered. Okay? So refer to that list. And we're going to do one at a time here. If you have more than 3, you could always repeat this video to go into those, okay? So I want you to just start with the first memory that you had written down and bring that forward in front of you and your guide. And we're going to ask our guide, please take me to a past life where this situation is connected. And allow that to come forward. So take a look around and get really descriptive about where you are, if you see any people around you, what time period it seems to be. Take a moment to look down and see what kind of person you are in this past life, what kind of body you have. Or you may also be observing this outside of body, so you're viewing yourself from a secondary perspective. So if that's the case, just take a look at what you look like. And just take in this information. It may not make sense, that's okay. Whatever is there. We can ask our guide another question here. What took place in this lifetime that is still impacting me today? And allow whatever comes forward to come up. And then take a step back. Next, we're going to make our way to our second memory. So take a moment to bring that forward in front of you and your guide. We're going to do the same thing. Please take me to a past life where this situation is connected. And take a moment to make your way to that time. And once again, get really descriptive here. Really look around at where you are, who you are, what people are around you, if there are any. And just observe what's being shown to you. And again, we're going to ask our guide, what took place in this past life that is still impacting me today? And just see what naturally comes forward. And then make your way back with your guide. And let's bring forward our third and final memory. So bring that up into your awareness. And once again, having our guide take our hand. Please take me to a past life where this situation is connected. And And once again, get super descriptive about where you are, who you are, what's taking place around you. Really taking in all this information. What kind of people are around you? Maybe there are no people. What kind of landscape or place are you in? What's going on? Just take it all in. Again, it doesn't have to make sense. And then we'll ask again, what part of this past life is still impacting me today? And see what comes up. Once you feel like you've gathered enough information, you can step back with your guide again. So now just having all this information you just gathered, really bringing it all together, really feeling into the energy of it. I want you to imagine all of these past life connections as roots coming out of your feet, going deep into the ground. And get really descriptive about how they look to you. Are they really wide? Maybe they're all really thin. How strong do they feel? What color are they? So just pay attention to what they look like to you, how they feel. And then I want you to have your guide stand in front of you as your feet are firmly planted with these roots. And right now you feel like you can't move. And allow them to take both of your hands. You can envision a golden light from the sky coming down over your guide's head, making its way through their body and out their hands, into your hands. And allow that golden light to flow down through the bottom of your feet into these roots, filling them at the core with gold. So once again, similar to what we did with our ancestral line here, we're not cutting or removing our connection to these past lives, but we're shifting the energy around it. We're honoring the lessons that were taught here and their value for us. We're acknowledging them. And now we're saying thank you for everything that you've taught me, but I no longer need to be tied down by this. and shifting that energy that the roots have on you. So allowing this gold light to really expand and change the energy around this connection for you. Take your time really working it through every part. Really healing all of this past stuff. And not forgetting it, but detaching ourselves from it in a healthy way. And then take a moment and you'll notice that you can move your feet freely now while still being grounded, but not held down by these past connections. Take a moment to walk around and feel your feet against the grass. And I want you to envision that these new improved roots that we've just replenished and created are growing a new tree that is connected to your higher self. And it's just a sprout right now. Just take a moment to admire that new energy that you're cultivating and the work that you just did. Finally, take a moment to just hug your guide. Allow them to embrace you and share some love. And then allow them to step back. And once again, take a moment to slowly bring yourself back into your physical body. Back into the room you're sitting in. Give you a moment to stretch and move around a little bit. And then whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes. Woo! Take your time, but I would love to have you guys check in with me and let me know how that was for you. I definitely feel that was like a lot of energy. I feel that we just moved. That felt really good. And it's going to kind of carry over into tomorrow. But I would love to just hear what came up, anything at all that you'd like to share. Oh, good. Oh, yay! Yay, I'm so glad, you guys. Good job. I mean, this was a lot of work, like a lot of energy. I feel like definitely it's a good, I mean, not everybody's having a snow day today, but I'm glad some of us are having a snow day because this is a good day to just chill. Because I think you're probably going to feel the most tired today after this because we just moved like a lot. Oh, good. Thank you for sharing that, Robin. Hmm. I'm so glad that you were able to see that. Good. Good job, you guys. Because that was a lot. That was a lot. But I definitely recommend, kind of like what I did yesterday, but especially today, I would say, is just take it easy. You might feel weird. You might feel a little out of it. Totally normal. I definitely recommend all of you. Oh, good, good. Yeah, today would definitely be the most emotional day for sure. Yeah. But I'm so glad that it helped you connect things. That's the whole point. So that means we were successful. You guys are awesome. I'm so proud of you. Yeah, so I definitely recommend just taking it easy today. Maybe eat some chocolate. Oh, interesting. Interesting. Yeah, I mean it'd be different for everybody, yeah. But I could understand that. Maybe take a bath. I know Molly already took a bath yesterday, but you could always take another one. I might take one. But other stuff might come up too. Again, like I was saying yesterday, other stuff may pop in or come up. Pay attention to your dreams too tonight. I would especially pay attention to your dreams because more information may come through with that. Okay, so let me just check here. Yeah. Okay. So really, bath party. I know I love. I can never take too many baths. Um. Okay. So really, I just want to give you guys one assignment. Mm-hmm. Perfect. Very clear. Okay, yeah. Pay attention to your dreams like last night, tonight, and even the following night, like as we're doing all of this work, okay? And write them down. You could even message me and share them with me, and I could even help, like, just see if there's anything connected there. Um, okay. So the only other thing that had popped in that wasn't like on my plan, but I thought it was important. But I think it's something that we can even address tomorrow. But one thing was that, like, from our list, right? But mainly, I want to say, yeah, I guess basically our whole list, right? One other piece that I think is important to look at, especially in shadow work overall, is looking at our part in some of this stuff, okay? Because it's important. Because we are a factor. We are absolutely a factor. It's not blaming ourselves, right? But it's recognizing and acknowledging our part in it and maybe why, our reasoning behind that. Okay? So I think we're gonna do that tomorrow. Yeah. We'll do that tomorrow. Let's write that down. I think today we did more than enough. I'm really proud of you guys. Thank you so much for being here with me. And if there's other stuff that maybe came up that you don't feel comfortable, sharing in the comments, totally just message me privately. I'm happy to just talk to you and just share that with me. And if other things come up, maybe later on, definitely just share that in the comments or message me about it. But just take it easy today, you guys. Take it easy. Try to relax. Try to just be really nice to yourself. And I'll see you tomorrow at 11, okay? Yay. Have an awesome Friday night. Yeah, of course. Bye, you guys.